Hello and welcome to Growth Inspires, a platform to share inspirational growth stories of leaders from nook and corner of the globe. In our episode today, we have with us Mr. Sudhir Sethi. Hi Sudhir, welcome to
Hello.
Growth Inspires.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me in this session.
We'll start with our segment now in terms of curiosities. I'll start with the first curiosity. Can you talk about early days of your life?
My early days of my life, it started in Rajasthan. Basically, I have done schooling from two places, that is from Kota in Rajasthan and in Baroda. So when I was young, though I was born up in Delhi, since my father was a railway employee, he was transferred to Kota and then to Baroda. So my schooling took place in Kota and Baroda. Since I was studying in the Kendriya Vidyalaya, it was more of a cosmopolitan upbringing because the nature of Kendriya Vidyalaya is such. And we stayed in railway colonies, so again, a very cosmopolitan culture exists in the railway colonies. And Baroda, since I grew up in Baroda, basically, when I became teenager, I found myself in Baroda. So since I grew up in Baroda, the culture of Gujarat is also predominant in me. So childhood was good. It was carefree. I will not say that it was tension free.
How was your studies? Were you a studious guy? As you grew up and went into your graduation and all, and how did you started your professional career?
I was a kind of not studious exactly, but an intelligent student, and I like to read. My general knowledge was very good. I won awards on general knowledge in my school days because I used to read a lot of books. When we were very young, there are magazines like Champak, Nandan, Lotpot, Parag, Dharmayug, all those magazines used to come to my house. My mother also loved to read the good magazines like Sarita or Dharmayug or Grah Shobha. So all those magazines could be found in my house and I used to read them. A voracious reader as far as a child is concerned because I used to read it twice, thrice every story. And within half an hour, we used to finish the magazine cover to cover if it was a child magazine like Nandan or Champak. I got opportunity in a company called Cyanamide India Limited, which was an American company in those days. It was in Valsad. So I joined that company as a management trainee and then built up my career from whatever I started learning from that day, the professional career.
You talked about your interest and how actually destiny helped you to get to your interest areas and when
Right. I was
you wanted to.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough that I could find the correct path. Though I suffered a lot, probably I must have lost a lot also. But then finally, destiny brought me back on the track. वापस से पटरी पे जिंदगी आ गई ऐसा लगा मुझे.
Now that we are at a place wherein you have just started your career, way back. Can you talk about some of the events or the series of events which you feel had a profound impact on your growth trajectory?
Yes, actually, my career, I don't talk about it to many people, but since on this platform, I will tell you my career had a very interesting beginning. कहते हैं ना, it was baptism with fire. या सिर मुंडाते ही ओले पड़े, something like that. So baptism with fire was the correct word. Actually, when I joined Cyanamide India Limited, it was an agrochemical and pharmaceutical plant.
Mm-hmm.
having the workers, permanent workmen strength of around 1100. Only workers were 1100 in those days, and unions were very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So when I joined, in campus, when you are there and when you get into such a good company, people will say, "Oh, it is a multinational company." In those days, it had alternate Saturday off. The canteen served non-vegetarian food. So I was so happy that I have joined this. But within a week, I realized that people in the office or when I go on shop floor are not responding. When I wish them or something. Nobody was hostile so far, but then nobody was responding properly. And I met a couple of people in Valsad city, which was a small city, and they responded very warmly when I met them outside. So I was a bit
Confused.
surprised, yeah, yeah, that what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then and there were 12 other such trainees, management trainee who joined with me. And all of them were also saying that people here in office, they don't talk. Outside they meet, they are so happy, they will take you. We were young kids, 23, 24 years old. They will say, okay, come on, let's go have tea. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, Valsad is famous for so many other things. So they will, being a young boys, they will try to invite us for all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came to know, though I was in personnel, those days was for personnel and IR department. I was not aware of this, but I realized that the union, which was very strong, had given a call to boycott these management trainees.
Mm-hmm.
There was a story behind it because there were so many temporary employees who were working with the organization for 4, 5, 6 years, and they said in workmen category there were temporary workmen, so they said you make them permanent, and management said no, we can't add manpower for permanent manpower. And then they said that then if you can't add permanent manpower in the workman category, how can you take people in management category, new people? So we will boycott them. And the call was given that all management trainees should be boycotted, they should not be cooperated. So just imagine a young boy with the notion that he is joining a good company and he will get the red carpet welcome, people will welcome him, and being a very young professional, he will get due respect, love, and guidance. And suddenly people are, not responding to you. So, but then many of our people who joined with me left also in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. But we kept on working because in my department it was little less severe. We were in IR department, so the clerical staff was not that anti-management, and in fact there was no temporary clerk in our department, so nobody was there. There was no hostility. But when we go to shop floor, when I went to shop floor and all, I could find that. But I stayed put. I remained there, and slowly the issue was resolved. Management agreed to make some temporary workmen permanent, and the non-cooperation was taken out. But then, for anybody else, it could have been demotivating factor, and he might have run away. As we see in the present generation, I don't like to work. I didn't enjoy working there, or the place doesn't appeal me. It doesn't appeal to my senses. I have got far more. I have got some other ways to grow or some other way to go. For us, in those days, giving up or going back or leaving the job was not the option. Though my financial background was not that poor, but still, giving up the job was not the option. I never ever thought that I should give up the job, sit at home, and follow my passion. As they say now, you follow your passion.
mm,
So there was the only thing was to, to remain employed as far as possible and do not go back. Do not go back to your parents to
mm,
follow your passion. If you want to follow your passion, follow at your own cost, not at your parents' cost.
mm,
So I stayed there. So this was the way I started. Then I worked there for 2 years, became welfare officer. Then I got a good opportunity in Ankleshwar, in Cadila. Earlier it was Cadila Chemicals Limited. Now they have, it was undivided Cadila. So I got a good opportunity there, and the salary was good, and plus it was near to my home. I could do daily commuting also from Baroda to Ankleshwar. So I shifted to Ankleshwar. So that is my initial days.
you talked about a lot into the resilience, okay, and that initial first job, and then a lot of things which is not up to the mark. Obviously, one tends to get away from it, but you stick to your curvature. My next question is around the shape of our journey. Generally, we have seen that most of us, our journey is basically a curve. The ups and downs in life, be it your personal life or your professional life. How has your journey been? Is it a curvy one, or did you had a different shape from your, let's say, support from your family members, and then working in factories or wherever you work?
Yeah. So when I came to Ankleshwar, so I had already developed that, you said resilience, because innately I am a very patient person. It doesn't mean that I don't find solution. I find solutions, but then apparently, or I am not disturbed, but I am disturbed also. But apparently, my reaction is very patient one, and so I don't play in people's hand, becoming impatient or impulsive if somebody wants to provoke me. So basically, as a professional, you enjoy working with the employer or at the place where your professional skills, your professional knowledge are respected. You are respected as a professional. The kind of physical setup, the salary doesn't matter, but the kind of satisfaction you get is of importance, is of primary importance. I realize that HR interventions are very fruitful if implemented in the right earnest, in the right direction, selflessly. It makes people more productive, more loyal, more disciplined at the shop floor. When I took over as a operation head, the productivity increased, the machine downtime decreased, the absenteeism decreased, the discipline improved at the shop floor. This was not because I took very drastic actions, but small HR intervention, understanding people's problem, talking to them, going into the detail of the issues, the technical issues, going to the detail and assuring people or motivating them to sort that out, because I didn't have the technical competence to sort out so many technical issues. But I had the competence, I had the sincerity, and I had the knowledge how to motivate a person who knows how to solve it. Actually, most of the people, we don't realize their potential and try to kill their potential. Here they found a factory manager who was constantly motivating them to do better so that there are no technical issues. And I used to go into detail a lot. I used to talk about the line balancing, the productivity improvement, how machines should be aligned in a way that the production, the output of one goes as the input of others. The balancing is there. No machine is kept down because there is nothing to feed to that machine. So all these small things which I did improved the productivity plus the motivation of the organization also. Like we started having evening get-togethers every month and last day of the month the whole factory will meet, sit in the lawns and chit chat, play some games, have some snacks, refreshment. So small things, but then it basically the broke the silo kind of working, broke the barriers. I enormously I it was the experience was fantastic. It was very satisfying, and it was so successful that management decided to put up another plant nearby. So then I was given chance of right from procurement of land from GIDC to setting up the plant. I was the in charge of that thing, and I became then operation head of the two plants. Uh, so these are the curves which I had. I diverted from HR profession, went into operations, saw the utility of HR management or when HR principles, HR interventions are used, implemented effectively, properly in the right earnest, how fruitful they are. I realized that. But the time was passing, and somehow I started feeling that this is not my core competency. So I will not be able to grow beyond I have reached as a senior works manager. I can't design machines. I cannot have technical solutions. So my core competency was HR, and I also wanted to shift to Baroda, which was a better city. And basically, my roots were in Baroda, so I wanted to shift back. So then I found a job in this my current employer, Inox India Limited. I started working in Inox India Limited from 2007 onwards as the HR head. I joined as general manager and HR head. I am still the HR head, though the designation has traveled from GM to chief people officer, but and now I also take care of the legal field of legal aspects of the organization. In these 15 16 years of my career, the company has grown from when I joined it was 150 crore, now it is touching 1000 crores, and very soon we will be going for 2000 crore. Here also after I joined there are so many expansions. We are going for a greenfield projects now in Baroda.
Mr. Sethi, your life has been really inspirational. The kind of work you have done and the growth story and the kind of different hats you have worn during your career. Definitely, I would like to ask one last question to you: is how would you like to contribute or give back as you hang your boots in the professional career?
Yeah, hanging boot is not very far away, so I have already started this.
What is the duration left?
Actually, there is no retirement age. Officially, on appointment letter, it is 58, but then generally we get extension. So it might happen after 3-4 years. But then one thing I have found, which again destiny has developed in such a manner, that this is the concept of corporate social responsibility. I take care of corporate social responsibility of Inox also. This is such a beautiful way to God has given an opportunity to people like us who handle CSR to use companies' money for the benefit of others. And I feel that when God has given me opportunity to do this, why I should not do the corporate social activities in such a manner that it reaches to the poorest of poor. The most needy one should get the benefit of it, instead of getting the circles made or traffic islands made and then participating in some. No doubt that those are also good, those are also required. But my concept is to go to the roots, go to the villages, and help the most needy one. India is so poor, and so there are so many downtrodden people. There are so many people who are living on the edge, to help them. So I have taken initiative on behalf of the company, um, uh, particularly the poor girls, the young girls who are in village. Girl child still. Uh, the reality is nobody likes to have a girl child still in villages, and
Mm-hmm.
a girl child is not even given proper nutrition or food. Uh, so then, who is going to educate her? We talk beti padhao, beti bachao, beti padhao, but uh, when the parents or the society's norms are such that a girl doesn't get proper food to eat, who will finance her education? So there is NGO with whom we tied up, and which works in the field of giving scholarships to the girls who pass ninth standard and want to study further. And villages, a girl who passes 8th standard is not allowed to study more because of so many reasons which we all know. And parents don't agree because they want the girl to get married, help mother in the household chores, tender to the livestock, cattle, etc. Go in
Mm-hmm.
the, but still girls want to study. So we
Mm-hmm.
provide them scholarships, and we so 40 such girls are being helped for 5 years, not for 1 year, 2 year, but from 10th standard to their graduation, they will be provided the scholarship, and they will be taught about interpersonal skills, the public speaking abilities, and they are brought to the city, made to interact by the NGO with the other girls who are staying in the city, and who are who are being taken care by this NGO, so that they understand the urban mindset also, and grow in a proper manner. So these girls are from the tribal area. We also identified and recruited 7 girls whom we trained as welders.
Mm-hmm.
They are all from tribal areas, and we trained them as welders in another NGO, and in another welding school which is run by an NGO.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls were trained. We provided them stipend, and then they are now working with our company as welders, women welder, and they are winning awards at national level.
Wonderful.
We give them stipend also while we are training them. So
Mm-hmm.
I remember one girl, first year month, and the end of first month, when we gave her 3,000 rupees stipend.
Mm-hmm.
We provide them lodging, boarding at the college hostel, and 2,000 rupees stipend to that girl who was here. She said 3,000 rupees in a month, till date nobody in my family has earned.
My God.
So 3,000 rupees in a month, nobody in my family has earned. Even my
Mm-hmm.
father, farm labor, don't earn this much because he doesn't go for job at least for 10
Mm-hmm.
15 days in a month. So he has also never earned 3,000 rupees. So and I realized that for us it's a small thing, but for somebody it's transforming their life drastically.
True.
180-degree transformation is there.
Mm-hmm.
Another initiative which we have taken, and I love to follow up with this of the NGO, is we in village, these villagers have never visited a doctor, have never eaten a medicine, have
Mm-hmm.
never been checked up by a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So ambulance, which is sponsored by Inox India, goes to the villages,
Mm-hmm.
conduct medical checkups, provide them medicine. So these, particularly the old ladies or old men, they eagerly wait every fortnight visit, on every fortnightly visit,
Mm-hmm.
because they go to the people, even if they are not sick, they stand there, they tell that I have got a headache or my leg, because here is someone who is listening to these old people. Who listens to old people nowadays, even in villages? So, and then they get their eyes tested, they get their specs, which are given free of cost. And all of them are having specs, but who will spend money to purchase specs for them? They
Mm-hmm.
are not earning anything. So
Mm.
they get delighted, and it really satisfies me. So after I hang my boots, I would like to work in these areas. Plus, I also had an organization called Vadodara HR Forum. Basically, we founded it around 10 years back, and I am its founding president. And still, I am heading this organization. Its objective is to, nurture and develop good HR professionals through sharing of our knowledge. So every month we have sessions, we share our knowledge. We call some experts. They share knowledge with the young HR professionals. There are IR issues. There are certain legal issues. There are changes like some pension problem. There are some now changes in EPFO. The all those things we discuss, and we develop an understanding about the current trends of the in HR. We talk about artificial intelligence. So from conducting domestic inquiry to talking role of artificial intelligence, we cover everything. So we try to enhance their competency level, so that they can give back to their organization, give back to their employer, and earn a good reputation. As a HR professional, I feel that the profession should grow, should become more respected. So I will work on that on that front also.
A lot of
Since
things you talked about, from HR to, let's say, the NGO part, to helping let's say girl child, helping them in education, which you are currently doing with your own organization through CSR activities, as well as which you would like to continue further in different hats which you wear after your career. Anything specific around it which you'd like to say?
the specific thing is basically my message to through this session, I get an opportunity to convey my message. So, my message to the young generation is that always believe in the value of help.
Okay.
Always extend help to people, to fellow students, to fellow professionals, to your neighbors, to anybody in society. Never be shy of helping anyone, because when we help people, it gives us happiness.
Mhm.
We become more selfless. When we develop the habit of helping people, we become more selfless. We
Mhm.
become less selfish,
Mhm.
and society becomes a better place if everyone starts helping each other. The society will become a better place. Help
Wonderful.
others, not only with physical, but there people are going through emotional trauma. They are not able to say anything. The society is becoming alienated. So there is nobody to listen to you. There's so many suicides happen just
Mhm.
because they couldn't explain their problem to anyone.
Mhm.
If through your help, if you would have given time to of 15 minutes to someone, probably you could have prevented a suicide, because those are all impulsive thing, and if they get a shoulder, they get an ear, to listen to their problem, the drastic thing can be prevented. So always help others, and through help only, I feel, through helping others, through this attitude of helping others, the society can become a better place to live.
Wonderful, Sudhir. This was one of the best aspects which you talked about, was helping others, and this is what humanity is all about. Your journey has been really inspirational, and what you're going to do after hanging your boots is yet another thought process, and a story which will be taken up by the newer generation in a more positive way, and your message to help people in need in whatever format possible, so that you can make a world a better place. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sethi, for being a part of Growth Inspires. It's been lovely speaking with you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pankaj, for your kind words, and also thanks for providing me the opportunity. I hope I will be able to give back to you as well as society in the similar fashion. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.